All right, so welcome back to Chop It Up. We are having conversations every Tuesday, or at least the Tuesdays we're going to make it. And the Tuesdays that we don't forget about it, we're going to have the conversation that we have in barbershops all across the country about anything and everything. My name is Kevin, host of the podcast.
Everything.
I'll jump out the way and let my brothers introduce themselves as well.
Everything. Tari Watkins, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Happy to be with the fellas. Let's do this. I'm ready.
Darian Lewis, Tulsa, Oklahoma. And as always, very happy to be here. Let's make it happen.
All right. And just as a quick public service announcement, if you have not completed your taxes, get them done.
I mean, they technically have until the 18th, but
True.
we ain't started yet. Extension.
No, I've started. I just got to finish putting little.
I was about to say, listen. Come January, as soon as those jokers drop, I'll make determinations. Yes, okay. This year, I'm gonna change. This year, this is the year. Transformation is for me. Yeah, here we are.
Well, I'll be honest. So last year, because I owed, I was like, I ain't that pressed to get it done.
Right.
This year seems to be a little better than last year, so I'm okay with that. But them years that it was just like, because I had a kid in college and still had another kid that was working through, I was like, let's get it done. January 31st, everything's here.
Let's go.
1st, you got your money. Let's get it going. I need that money back.
Right. Yeah.
But when them little money makers leave the house,
listen.
Yeah, everything changes. Yeah.
Listen, I still got one. I'm holding on to. I'm like, yep, you did go to college. I'm taking them credits.
There you go.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Yes, I can claim you, and I am claiming you.
Right? Stop me if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Absolutely.
Right?
Get it where you can.
Lots of things going on in the world. One of the things that I think was definitely kind of just because we do on this show, we run the gamut from politics to sports to church to crazy videos that we've seen of pastors cussing each other out. So I figured let's talk about something that happened in Tennessee last week. So if many of you probably remember, was it last week or week before last, there was a mass shooting in Tennessee.
Yep.
And many people are just like, a lot of us are just tired of let's figure something out because we can't keep doing this. And so 3 representatives, 2 black men and 1 white woman, joined with protesters at the Tennessee State Capitol and basically saying, hey, let's figure something out. Let's do something. I think there was an issue of they got on bullhorns, what have you.
Megaphones.
So the super majority of Republicans in Tennessee were like, hey, you messed up the decorum in the House. So therefore, we want to expel you. And they did expel 2 of them. Interesting that there were 2 men, again, and 1 white woman.
Right.
And I'll just give you half a guess as to which 2 were expelled.
We already know.
So there was that. And then now what Tennessee, as far as what has not expelled, I think there was it a child molester, child abuser, or something of that nature that they did not, he has not been expelled. He still serves.
Right.
There were some other scandal with another representative, and they have not been expelled.
Right.
But this caused them to be expelled. One has already been reinstated. His district was like, and get back up in there and go ahead and
Right.
handle business.
Right. Exactly.
The other one, they're expecting probably within the next week, he'll be back in his position. But there also came out, I know I'm giving a lot of information, but there also came out that some of the Republicans, representatives, whatever, have pretty much said, yeah, if you send them back, we're not going to send you all the money that you're supposed to get. So is this going to backfire on Tennessee Republicans?
Yes.
And what are your thoughts?
Yes. Yeah. I didn't know about that last part. But yes, it's going to backfire. I mean, to be honest, the level of it's not hypocrisy. That's not what the double standard that we're constantly seeing, not just from what we've seen in our lives, but now just out in the open.
Mm-hmm.
And it's becoming more and more rampant for us to see the double standard. It's not surprising anymore. Will this hurt? Yes, but I don't think it's going to hurt to the extent of what people think or hope that it will, because we're still talking about Tennessee. It is an incredibly red state, and most of them don't care. They're going to vote for who they want to vote for. So I don't know if that's going to change anything in Tennessee as far as the Republicans. It may sway some, but I don't think it's going to sway enough to make a difference. That's
well, we'll see. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, well,
right.
I mean,
you're right with everything, but what I don't think the other legislators are taking into consideration is the actual issue that these guys have been expelled over. And so, and I honestly believe this is, just outside looking in, but I honestly believe the probably the main motivation of not expelling and not even bringing it up, expelling the one woman, is because when it comes to children, women are going to be up in arms. If you expel the woman too, they've lost half their voter base. I don't give a flip what color they are. So they were like, okay, let's not just completely throw the baby out with the bathwater, and none of us going to be reelected.
Well, yeah, and that's probably right, because if you think about the two that were expelled, they're not going to. Well, those people are going to vote for us anyway. So go ahead and do this too. Yeah,
but if they are as intelligent as I believe them to be.
Right.
And even looking at the makeup of, no, I'm talking about the two gentlemen.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about the two gentlemen.
Okay.
Okay.
Both of us like,
thanks for the clarification.
Yeah, that's a lot of hope.
I was like,
right.
What?
Intelligence. No, no, I'm talking about the two gentlemen that went through this. If they are as intelligent as I believe them to be, and if you look at the makeup of the protesters,
right?
If they keep the main thing,
right?
I do believe they're going to listen. That woman vote, that's a sleeper, and everybody keeps playing with it.
It is.
Everybody keeps playing with it like they can just count on it just because. Yep. And it's like, gentlemen, you're not playing to your strength here. This is a new day. You just can't do that. And the idea that you turn a deaf ear to the cries of children, it's bad enough we got education the way it is. Then you're gonna turn around and kind of just try to dissuade everybody to look at these two guys,
right,
versus the issue that they're bringing up with much passion, much needed and appropriate passion. Yes. Don't sleep on that. If they do what I think they're going to do, they're going to, as things begin to die down, we're going to hear more intelligent rhetoric come. And man, oh man, if that happens and they keep that up, we may see some very sweeping change. I won't necessarily say it'll go from red to purple or red to blue, but I think we're going to definitely see some opportunities. Some people take some opportunities to step up and represent people that have not been in there before.
Well, you made a really good point, especially with the women vote. I don't know if you all remember. Well, I'm sure you do remember, but a lot of people forget that Obama like took the women vote, and the Latino vote, and that the women vote is what I'm going to say put him over the top. But you're talking about a sweeping victory when it came to women. Oh, that vote was huge.
Yep.
And that's what I'm saying.
I don't know why we keep dismissing that fact. I mean, women vote just as much as men do. And you want to talk about a deciding factor, and when don't get on the wrong side of that vote, because it's going to be really hard to come back from that.
You're absolutely right. You know, this is going to be an interesting rollout. The other thing that I get the feeling, again, you know, you just said, I just leave it at that. You just can't play with the women vote. I don't care where you are, what part of the country that you're in, and if you keep pushing issues that are near and dear to their hearts, you know, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. You know, when you start messing with the children, or ignoring, you know, the needs of the children, you start ignoring the needs of women. Like, dude. They will mobilize. Listen, they mobilize and hit them streets and show that passion a whole lot faster and a lot deeper. They roll deep when it comes to issues. So yeah, it's that is definitely not something any politician can just knowingly ignore and push to the side. They just can't. So this is definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah, and I think that when we're looking at just how even the vote can play out, I think that this next generation, and I'm not even talking millennials, I'm talking Gen Z. I think that they're more engaged politically than we were at that time frame, right? For example, I don't know if you guys know this, and I am going to go ahead and mark myself safe from this, but the Freaknik documentary is coming out.
I am 100% safe from the Freaknik.
If they stick to 1994, I'm safe.
It comes out. It comes to light.
If they stick to 1994, I don't know what you're talking about.
Is it only over 1 year? Is it only
91?
1 year?
That, from what I understand, the documentary is just basically got footage and everything from 1994. But if they pull out footage from like 1990, well, no, I wasn't there 90. So 91, 92.
There's been so
that was my Morehouse twin. That's who that was.
Right, Morehouse twin. The doppelganger has got you caught up.
That was Blevin over at Gates Hall or whatever.
Blevin. Man,
Nana, is that you on that Cadillac?
Oh my God!
Nana, what are you wearing?
I got a buddy
Deacon?
who
is that you, Deacon?
Pastor? Even E. Dewey Smith, I don't know if you know, but E. Dewey Smith, who's a pastor, a very prominent pastor in Atlanta, he's like, hey, listen, y'all might see me up in them streets in night, because I know he went to Morehouse too. So yeah,
we didn't come out the womb saved. I'm just saying.
Nah,
man, I got a buddy who the industry that he works in, he would have access to. I know, right? Not Blevin. He would have access to like an early release copy, and so he gonna write on Facebook, very plain, very nonchalant. Atlanta pilgrimage. I know, right? He gonna write on the Facebook real nonchalant to his friend group, talking about, listen, I seen the copy. I saw about 7 of y'all up in there. I ain't naming names.
Listen.
When I tell you nobody responded,
Listen,
That is what made me laugh harder than anything. Like folks was like, "Oh wait, I don't know if he playing or not."
Crickets. Hey, y'all don't say nothing. No, I ain't gonna say nothing. You gonna say no? I ain't gonna say nothing. Just leave it alone.
Wasn't no LOLs.
Nothing.
Wasn't no laughing emojis.
You got these jokers turning off read receipts real quick.
Right. Because it's like, okay, do you just have like footage of me riding on the back of a car going towards Freaknik, or do you have other video of, it depends upon the footage.
Man, listen, there are folks telling on themselves right now. I promise you. I done read so many things.
Listen, trying to put out fires right now. It hadn't even come out yet. People exposing themselves. Look, let me just put this out there before anybody see it. I'm just letting you know.
Oh my
Jesus
goodness.
Now.
Right. I met him after this.
Listen, that I was the prodigal son. I was lost.
I love it. I love it.
God,
The Freaknik documentary, boy.
So
If that ain't got that's got folks more scared.
Right? It's got more folks scared than taxes.
Oh my goodness, that is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yes.
They ain't worried about the taxes, but they're worried about the Freaknik video.
They worried about the Freaknik documentary. Yeah, like Lord, here we go.
Hey, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna get a big bucket of popcorn.
I'll see if I recognize anybody.
I'm gonna watch that joke on slow mo. See who I can recognize.
I know, right? It's freeze frame every few seconds. Wait, is that?
Because
that's not him. Okay,
is that Kendrick?
Wait,
Freaknik was the basically Black Spring Break.
Right.
That's basically what it was. It was others are going down to Miami or Florida, what have you. You go into a HBCU, you're making your way down to Freaknik for Freaknik, down to Atlanta for Freaknik. So
here's the thing: there's so much footage from you say Freaknik, Spring Break, whatever. If you ever did anything from 92 until now, it's probably on video somewhere. If you're out of public, I'm just being honest.
Yes.
So,
yeah. I mean, if now's the time to have that conversation, then sit down, sweetheart. We need to have a family meeting. There's some things about me I have not told you, for good reason. Please know it was out of the love of my heart. But I need to go and put this out here before you accidentally see it or someone give you a call.
I tried to be like God and throw it into the sea of forgetfulness. I tried.
As far as the East is from the West.
I tried to throw it away, but it just came back.
Can you imagine these conversations at a breakfast table, dinner table? You went to Freaknik? Yeah, back in 1994. Wasn't I born in 95? just a light bulb.
Right.
Well, see, no.
Listen. Listen. There's some moms right now telling me, listen, baby, listen. Sit down.
Oh.
Is this my favorite pie? Yeah. Go ahead and start eating.
That's my favorite. Baby, you want some Cool Whip?
You want some? Right. Yeah, I got some ice cream in the freezer.
A la mode.
Listen, we need to talk. I need to explain some things to you. All right. You remember who I told you was your daddy?
See.
Okay. Oh.
Dudes the same way. They be like,
right.
All three of them had kids at the same time.
Listen.
Yeah.
If Sean Kemp ever went to Freaknik.
Oh no. Hey, what about Nick Cannon?
Oh God.
Too.
Oh God. Is he old enough? Lord. Yeah, he is actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
God.
He's old enough.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, he's old enough.
Don't count out
40s, right?
Yeah, don't count out Eddie Murphy.
Oh, Jesus.
He took proud pictures of his 10.
Well, no, because Nick Cannon wouldn't be old enough to have gone to Freaknik.
He wouldn't have been?
No, because he's 42. So in its prime.
No, he wouldn't have. He'd still been in high school.
Still been in high school.
Middle school, actually.
He would have been a teenager.
Middle school, going into high school. Yeah.
Hey,
that
I
don't.
don't.
We were like, well, that
I mean,
don't necessarily
hey,
mean much.
there's a couple of dudes that I went to high school with, and they were 15, and they could pass for 22. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Hey,
Not Nick though. Not Nick.
no,
No.
not babyface.
Nick was still playing teenagers at 30.
Right. Right.
That's
So
true.
yeah. Nah, that still don't mean much.
That's not. It really does.
We're trying real hard here, but at the end of it,
benefit of the doubt, but we're like,
yeah, nah,
Yeah.
don't really mean much.
All right.
Nick.
On the other side of the spectrum, we had Easter this past weekend, and
yes, we did.
as always, whenever there's Easter, you always have at least one or two videos of churches that go over the top in their presentation of the gospel message. I know we were watching in the lead up to Easter, there was a video of that the caption was basically like, if your pastor ain't preaching like this on Easter, leave the church. And
right,
the coffin. Yeah, he was in the coffin, preaching in the coffin. I'm sorry.
I'm not getting in the coffin, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that.
And closing it.
Oh no!
Roll me down.
It'll take one person to lock that joke, but I'm losing my grits.
I told y'all about the one I saw where he couldn't get out.
Yeah.
I'm not playing that, man.
Yeah.
We've seen where they've had the pastor come in flying on strings through the sanctuary
and get stuck.
We've had live donkeys.
Yes.
Oh, that's happened many times.
Yes, horses, donkeys,
livestock,
camel.
So the presentation is always depending upon budget, depending upon creativity, depending upon a lot of factors.
Denomination
can be extravagant. Yeah, denomination can be very extravagant.
Yeah.
Transformation Church in Tulsa, Oklahoma is right now catching. It's almost like they're catching some flack.
They should
for a presentation. And if I'm correct, Darian, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it essentially a retread of a play that was done years ago?
It's okay. No shade.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
They've been doing Ransom for a minute.
Okay.
Yes.
And so it went from the old building, which was because they showed somebody that pulled up some footage of that, and even then the presentation, especially for then, was top of the line for and you remember, Kevin, the stuff that we would do there. Okay, so now you've moved to what is essentially an arena,
right?
With with everything that can happen at a major production in an arena. They have access to it. They've got all the toys, all the bells, all the whistles,
all of it.
All of it. You know, they took it to, and they're gonna max it out. Now, the thing that blows my mind.
Yeah, we ain't got that anointing. I ain't got that anointing to hop in the coffin or nothing like that.
No.
Oh no,
all that foolishness. But you know, the reason why they're catching flack is because people are so reactionary. It's the same thing that we've always talked about. Let's take
taken out of context.
Right. Let's take literally 15 seconds of a 2.5 hour production, and let's pull it completely out of context, you know. And the funny thing to me is and if you're watching, I love you, but I'm finna talk about you. I'm not gonna mention your name, but I'm gonna talk about you. So when I saw the video or the little clip and folks having an issue and everybody going in underneath
everybody,
I looked at where it came from and I'm like, didn't you just have a video of you in a club with a drink in your hand? And now this is a misrepresentation of your God? Help me. How did you come to, you know, and misrepresent the God I serve? Wait, what? I'm confused. And so yeah, it's you know, people love to be reactionary. They love to take the 15 seconds. That's all they got. That's all they need. That's all they, you know. And so from there, we've come up with this whole conclusion. And the truth of the matter is, I was just thinking about this earlier. Back in Bible times, you couldn't pick your leaders.
No.
You couldn't pick whether you liked your. Today we get to pick our pastors, we get to pick our leaders, and if we don't like our pastors and we don't like our leaders, then we move on down the road, for whatever reason. We at the end of the day, we hold the car.
We change churches like we change sheets. I mean,
unfortunately, yeah. And so if somebody presents anything, and so on top of that, I'm not even gonna come to your church and have criticism for your church.
Right.
I'm not even going to darken your doors and have the audacity to talk about you as though you are not a child of God. It's just the level of pride and audacity that we have today is just absolutely mind blowing.
It's crazy
that you would get online without proper context,
without doing your research and without looking at the context. I mean, Ashley sent me the video yesterday on TikTok of a guy that was criticizing it. And I literally sat there with her on the phone and I'm looking at it, and immediately what came to mind, and you all, this is we're talking decades ago. This is no different. And I don't even know if y'all remember this. In Tulsa, every single year around Easter, Easter, mind you, Toy Maker's Dream. It would happen in the Mabee Center. First time I ever saw it was in 1986 as a junior in high school when I went to ORU for that spring break weekend thing that they had.
Yeah.
And dude, fell in love with it. Absolutely loved it. I went every single year, multiple times a year when I was at ORU, helped set up the stage. I'm telling Ashley all of this while I'm watching this video. I said, this is literally the gospel. I said, when Toy Maker's Dream was at its height, their motto was this, or the slogan, whatever you want to call it: we have to reach a sight and sound generation. They were doing stuff in 1986 that you didn't see churches do. Laser lights, pyrotechnics. And I told Ashley, I said, the first time I saw it, I was up in a balcony and I felt the heat in the Mabee Center from the stage with the I said, it was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen as a 16-year-old. I bought the videotape. I had the soundtrack. I watched it every single year. I had t-shirts. I said, people criticize that then. What they did at Transformation Church is no different than what they did with Toy Maker's Dream back then in the 80s and in the early 90s, because they were saying we need to deliver the gospel, the message, to people that would never darken the entry of a church. And that's what Toy Maker's Dream did. So for me to criticize, oh, this is just too, I mean, it had a rock music, it had dudes with spikes. I mean, it had everything.
So, but you're also talking about a full production. And the criticism, no, my point is the criticism isn't even about the full production.
No, it's not.
That's the scary part of it. It's like, did you watch the whole thing?
That's what I was telling Ashley. I said, if they will watch the whole thing, they will realize that this is the gospel, but it's done in the form for today. I'm like, can you not tell that this is literally a scene of the devil and the imps, demons dancing, and the dude is talking about more money? That's probably Judas. It just got paid. I said, I haven't even seen the production, and I can see this just from this short clip. And these people are losing their minds because they're taking out and you don't know what the delivery is. I mean, you're going to watch all this other stuff, and you're going to talk about the church can't do. Seriously? It makes no sense to me. And I'll be honest, I said this to Ashley. I said, this is exhausting.
Right.
I mean, it is. Right. It's exhausting. Well, this is what we have for churches today, everybody. See, we're doing Keisha covers and talking about butts and church. I'm like, you all, so we can't laugh. We can't present the gospel in a way that's going to be palpable to people that don't normally darken, but it's still the gospel. But we're still dealing with a sight and sound generation that hasn't changed.
Even more so.
Yeah, even more so now than it was before. I said, so.
Woosah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'll stop because I think y'all get where I'm coming from.
Oh yeah.
So it's frustrating that we literally jumped to that conclusion. and that this is Michael Todd's shirt. So what do you expect? What does that mean? Seriously?
I heard that.
I'm like, oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
And for us to be so judgmental and hypocritical at the same time is exhausting.
I want to ask some of these people, did they ever watch like Chronicles of Narnia?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Chronicles of Narnia, Lord of the Rings.
I'm just curious, like you do know these
or read, what was it? Read Pilgrim's Progress, different things that take the gospel message and put it in a way that is
palatable for people who do not have familiarity with the gospel.
That's what C.S. Lewis and that's what Tolkien did. I mean, Chronicles of Narnia, there's magic, there's
imps and elves and
yes, like, hello,
talking lions.
We celebrate that.
Right.
I mean, that's put on a pedestal. Chronicles of Narnia, the Narnia land and Aslan is Jesus. Okay, but have you read the whole story? I mean, do you not see all these mythical creatures in Narnia? But
if it ain't Red Letter Bible, I don't want to touch it.
If it ain't Red Letter Bible, it ain't the Red Letter Patriot Bible. Let's get that right.
Yes.
God, that Jesus read.
You know what? I'll do it to my own.
And Jesus wrote. I got the autographed copy.
I want
the Bible Jesus read.
Jesus read.
I want that red letter that Jesus read.
I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. But yeah, here's the other thing. I want to ask people. I said, so did Jesus not talk in stories? Did Jesus not talk with illustration? Did Jesus not talk in illustration based on that time?
Tori, stop.
Did
Stop.
Paul take a statue?
Am I making too much sense there?
Didn't Paul take a statue made to an unknown God and preach the gospel message using a prop?
Right? Aren't we supposed to do what Jesus did? I mean, Jesus is
going to keep going.
To people
Y'all just going to keep going. Okay.
Yes, I'm going to keep going because I got a point to prove.
You know what?
And here's the thing also. If that presentation is not your
cup of tea,
in your palate, it's not your cup of tea,
doesn't mean it's
okay.
Move on.
It's okay. Listen,
right.
My grandmother tried so hard to get me on, and I won't say his name, but we all know the first gospel rapper, right? It wasn't my cup of tea. It wasn't my cup of tea. It was like
and I rated highly and I rap
Grandma.
To a T. So sit down. And
why do you still remember that? Now, why?
I'm righteously righteous. I'm just as just. Faithful to the Lord and to whom I trust.
Oh my!
You better relax because when I speak God's word, I'm speaking the facts. Sorry, go ahead.
More power to you, because
not how, but why do you remember that?
Dude, I was a teenager, bro. We didn't have anything else. I mean, it wasn't great.
Bro, but you recall that, like,
when you're asked to do it for the church talent show, then that's what happens. And that's what I did. So, yeah.
Interesting fact, real quick, also about Stephen Wiley. Do you know that he's the one that actually wrote Basketball by Curtis Blow?
No, I did not know that.
Yes. Yep. And they stole it. Yep.
Gaffled it.
You know what? Now that I'm running that song through my head, it does have his feel to it. To be honest, it does.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he should be a millionaire off that thing.
He should be.
Yeah. They straight snatched it like a gold chain on a New York street.
I like the way they dribble up and down the court, just like I'm the king of the
mountain. But my point is that you can have different things that are within the gospel realm, that just aren't your cup of tea.
Right.
I wasn't a big fan of Larnell Harris. Some people loved Larnell Harris.
Yeah.
Some people love.
I loved Larnell.
The brother
Sandy Patty, right?
The brother
he could sing. I'm not denying.
No, right. Just what you think. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I get. Yeah.
So I'm not going to criticize and be like,
no.
It's just if I don't like it, I just don't like it. I don't care for it. Cool. I'm gonna keep scrolling.
Is it the gospel? The first one, is it the gospel? First and foremost, is it delivering that message? Okay, yes, check that box. Are people being delivered, saved, lives changed? Okay, check. Does it in any way blaspheme God? No. All right.
Listen,
Just because you
I
don't
don't
like
hear
it.
these same I don't hear these same people criticizing. Now, there's a bunch of churches that have done a bunch of videos. I don't know if y'all saw,
Yes.
some of the stuff that's out there, like, because churches are doing the best they can with what they got. I get it.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Some of it really shouldn't have been
Right.
videotaped.
Not every church is Transformation Church. Yeah.
Yeah. So not even Transformation Church, like light. They just some stuff just shouldn't have made it to the internet, but it did.
Right. Right.
But you don't read nothing under these failed attempts
Mm-hmm.
at great production. They did the best that they could, but you
Right.
get a church that has, number one,
Right.
the passionate following that they have, number
Yes.
two, the budget that they have,
Right.
and number three, this is their bent. This is all. Here's the crazy thing. You always know people that don't know the history
Mhm.
and don't care about the history. They're
They
literally
don't.
like stripping that
They don't.
15 seconds and don't understand the history that built up to what Ransom has become today.
Mhm.
We have been a part of some pretty powerful productions. I would love to actually have seen make either a tour or a
Yes.
Broadway run.
Yes.
That just the quality of the writing. And
Yes.
Kevin, do you remember Believe?
Yes.
Believe was a play about after Christ's resurrection, the 40 days after he rose.
Hmm.
Man, it's probably one of the most one of the most memorable plays I've ever seen. But it brings the power of his resurrection to life in a way that and no one, I haven't seen anything like that since. I would love to have seen that really
You
make
talking
a
about the one
run.
that Angela did
Right.
years back?
Right.
Yeah, because I was in that.
Yes.
I
And
was
so
in that.
that's what I'm saying. So there's this track record of um, production, a passion for and an affinity for high level production that is just in the DNA. It's in the
And
DNA of the
yes,
church.
exactly. It preceded Michael Todd, right? Before Michael Todd was even part of the church, there were different plays. There was even, I know Angela had fought to do a kind of like an actor's workshop where
Hmm.
she did that. And so there's been this thing, like you said, throughout the DNA of the church. Even when Dr. Miles Monroe would come through, he was amazed at some of the things that he was like, listen, y'all doing it here.
Right.
And that was nowhere near the budget that
Mhm.
Transformation has. There
No.
wasn't the pyrotechnics, but
Right.
and there was also taking things that were common at that time. For example, I think the Blue Man Group.
I was about to say, you remember when we did Blue Man? Yeah,
Right.
and it was
Blue
a
Man Group.
conference with Miles Monroe. We did Blue
So
Man.
they were taking stuff that was relevant during that day and applying a message to it so that people could grasp it and understand it a little bit more.
Oh yeah, because
Kind of like a modern day parable. Okay.
And Angela was remixing songs.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Angela remixed some songs. It was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Again, in context, the whole story is told. If you sit from beginning to end,
in context,
in context, it has, and unfortunately, everything that we're talking about goes beyond even the particular subject matter. People are still so reactionary. We don't want to actually slow down long enough to find out. And I know for the three of us, I believe, like everybody else, we were reactionary initially until we realized, no, hold on, this is happening too much.
Dude, it literally took me like 3 seconds, Darian. Seriously, because I'm sitting there watching, I'm like, okay, oh, that's the devil. Oh, he's celebrating. Oh, okay, oh, that's Judas.
It made sense.
Okay, well, they're in hell celebrating because Jesus is. It literally did not take me long to figure that out at all. Mm-hmm. It didn't.
But if you don't know, here's the other thing though. If you're not familiar with, if you're just religious and not familiar, with the actual passion story and what it meant, you don't even have to have real detail.
No,
but if you're not familiar with it, Yeah, you're gonna assume that what you're looking at is some type of
It's worldly club. I mean, I saw comments like, "Oh, well, they just up in the club." Then I'm like, "You've got to be kidding me!"
right.
Yeah,
Right.
and so, dude, seriously, it made me want to take a time machine, rewind it back 3 days, just so I can drive to Tulsa to go see it. You think I'm joking? I'm
Right.
serious. I
Right.
would love, because I
Yeah.
mean, that's right up my alley. When I saw it when I was 16,
Mhm.
music and stage, and
Mhm.
dude, that was literally what I was doing in high school. I mean, that was right up my alley. So yeah, I would drive to Tulsa in a heartbeat.
Man, you
To
could
go
look
see
at
it.
the makeup and know this isn't they're not just shaking butts.
No, they're
There's a
not.
Right.
Oh
there's a
my
story being told. But here's the
The
other thing.
stage alone.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it was, dude, it was immaculate. It was amazing.
But no one wants to show. They're starting to show it now. Transformation just I saw them release it on Instagram, but no one wanted to show the angel scene. You know, when they're saying don't cry, dry
Right.
your eyes.
Right.
He's not dead.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
No. We're not going to talk about that. That's not what we need to see. You know, no. Same stage, same cast, same production.
Yeah. Didn't the Pharisees and Sadducees have a problem with what Jesus did
Well,
and how he
yeah.
did it? Okay, just making a comment.
Actually, they had a problem with his problem with them.
Well,
If you
yeah,
think about it,
because his problem
they wanted to do their own
with them
thing.
was a whole lot of problems.
Right. They wanted to do their own thing, you know.
Right.
And I honestly believe they would have left Jesus alone had he not messed with them.
Oh, he had to though.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he wouldn't have called them out, they probably would have left him alone. They're like, okay, he's just a zealot that needs his own little,
He
we'll let him.
He didn't just call him out. That was a yellow school bus roasting what he did, bro. They went home to their moms and wives and cried. He hurt their feelings, bro.
He hurt their feelings.
We
We got to get rid of this dude.
He cut deep.
Yeah, he hurt their feelings.
He hurt their feelings big time. Yes. But yeah, it's okay. I got that off my chest. Now I'm good.
Okay. We all good. All hearts and minds clear.
May the Lord
Clear eyes, full hearts. Can't lose.
Hey. All right. So let's kind of transition a little.
Speaking of transition. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Speaking of transition. No. Transitioning to another team. Odell Beckham Jr.
Odell
announced that he's signing with Baltimore.
Yes, he is. For a lot of money.
They
overpaid, homie.
Well,
but they did it for a reason.
just to kind of keep. Yeah, I think that was designed to.
Oh,
hey, Lamar, we holding you hostage.
Yeah,
but we're gonna give you a cellmate while we can.
That's literally what that was.
Wow.
Which is going to make Baltimore an interesting team if Odell is 100%.
Right.
He's had a long time to heal.
Yes.
So
here's the
he
thing,
is
man.
injury prone though. He's been injury.
I was about
prone
to say he's fragile at this point.
Yeah,
now he's not. I don't think he's Anthony Davis frail, but he's been frail his whole career.
Mr. Glass.
Say it again,
Mr. Glass,
Mr. Street Clothes.
Yep.
Street Clothes. Oh, I will never forget that. Oh my God, Street Clothes, and that's your nickname, dude. And you're a professional athlete. That's the problem. Street Clothes.
I'm telling you that unibrow zapping his strength, bro. Hey,
it's too much. Too much. He's carried in the middle.
His body is trying to keep this alive. Hey man, it's zapping all of his strength, bro. I'm telling you.
Okay.
So, okay, help me with the Ravens, because I thought the Ravens had at least a couple of weapons already.
They got Mark Andrews,
right?
The tight end.
So what is this about? What
the only 1,000-yard receiver they had was Hollywood Brown in the past, I don't know how many years, and and that was for 3 seasons.
Right.
I don't think Marquise Brown is with them anymore. Hollywood Brown's not with them anymore, is he? Or is he still there?
I thought he was still there.
That's the best receiver they've had in many, many, many years. So there isn't anybody. Duvernay is second. I had Duvernay in fantasy last year. I'm like, okay, he's going to catch. I even dropped him because he had like 800 yards. I forgot how many years. So they haven't had a top receiver and since Lamar's been there,
right.
other than Hollywood Brown, Marquise Brown. I may be wrong.
He's at the Cardinals.
So I thought. I didn't think he was there anymore.
Yeah, he's at the Cardinals.
So literally, he's got a whole lot of no names, and he's got Andrews to throw to. And Andrews has been his main target because nobody else can catch the ball. And here's the thing: Hollywood Brown, he dropped a lot of balls.
Mm-hmm.
He was notorious for dropping a lot of passes.
Mm-hmm.
So no, there hasn't been a marquee receiver for Lamar Jackson outside of that tight end.
Yeah, but it's just only gonna take a couple of pops, man, and we're just not gonna see Odell.
It might even take. Remember in the Super Bowl, it was a non-contact injury.
Yeah, that's why I said if he's 100%, but if he's not,
now we'll say this: if they decide to use him sparingly, he can do some damage.
He can.
The boy can hurt you just coming off the bench.
The boy's a baller. Don't get me wrong. If he can stay healthy, seriously, if he can stay healthy the whole season, he's going to be a problem, and Baltimore is going to be a problem.
Yeah, I could see them. I can see them creating a small package with just him in there, for that reason.
The boy has hands, and he can run routes like crazy.
I do believe he has lost a step or two because of age.
Yeah.
However, he still got a shake that will lose you.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
He knows how to get distance, man. He can get a couple of. Don't let him get 2 yards on you. He's gonna catch that ball.
My concern is this: it's his springs. You know that with him jumping, that was a big part of what the Duke could sky.
Right.
And so if you take away, some of his speed, that happens with time, Father Time never loses. And then he not just losing a step, but losing some of that spring because he's not very tall. I mean, for a football player, I should say. So it's going to be interesting to see what he has and what he can produce. I just want him to stay healthy because I don't have an issue with Odell Beckham. I want to see him play with Lamar and the Ravens. I want them to be able to do well.
Combination.
Yeah, it's
a very interesting combination.
And who's their running back? Do we even know?
They got a Ravens?
Not Suggs. Who's their running back?
Well, they got a couple. You got Hill.
J.K. Dobbins is their number one right now.
Dobbins is? Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot about Dobbins, to be honest.
Yeah. He's the number one, and then 2 and 3 is Gus Edwards, and then Justice Hill. Yeah,
so the reason they're interesting is because people still seem to forget that Lamar Jackson is still a pass first quarterback. They forget that. He wants to pass. Now, when he runs, sometimes they're called plays, but sometimes there's him making a play, but he wants to throw the ball, and he's incredibly accurate with it. So if he can get somebody that can spread that defense out a little bit and open up that field, that could be really interesting, man.
What does the Ravens?
It's a double threat because if you have a receiver like Odell who can get open, like you said,
they have to respect him.
They have to respect that.
They have to,
which means that you can't just all crowd around
and you can't spy all the time.
The line, right? You can't.
And then you got Andrews, the tight end, that can run routes and catch balls, and he's tall. So you got Smith, you got Andrews, and then you got your two-headed running back, and then now you got another running back in the outfield that you're hiking the ball to that has a cannon that can throw and is accurate. That's going to be really interesting.
Yeah,
I want to see how the Ravens use their draft picks. I get the feeling they're gonna try and snag somebody with some hands, at least in one of those.
And for that offense, they need someone else with hands.
And if they get it, if they do what we're expecting, yeah, that's going you're gonna have to respect that offense.
It's gonna be interesting. Yeah,
you're gonna have to respect that offense. You cannot, yeah, they're because they're not gonna be lopsided. They're gonna be very
those
even.
weapons will keep to keep the defenses honest.
Yeah,
I mean, those defenses are going to have to come up with packages where they're disguising a lot.
Yeah.
They're going to have to, because if not, they're going to get picked apart.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Now they're not picking. They're picking their first pick is the 22nd pick, and then they're out the second round, and then they come back again for the third round.
22nd pick. That's still you can still get quality.
That's going for a lineman. I promise you, it's going for a lineman.
Offensive,
hopefully.
Now I was just looking, and there is a mock draft that has them maybe trading, because I think they've talked about Lamar Jackson to the Colts as an option.
That's been talked about a lot. Yeah.
So the thought is that as far as this
that don't even
draft,
sound right.
If they trade him to the Colts, they would then get C.J. Stroud as their QB, because they would trade up to the 4th pick.
That's a whole different offense, though. Lamar Jackson and C.J. Stroud, they're not.
That's what I'm saying. Whole nother offense. Right. Yeah. You got to rebuild that package. Right.
That's blowing up your offense at that point.
Yeah.
You're starting over.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that will look.
All I know is I'm kind of happy with what the Bears have done so far this offseason.
Okay.
We're finally doing things right this year. We got over the curse of Mitch Trubisky.
Okay.
We did not trade away our.
How many years ago that was, though?
Listen, that's still a fresh wound. It's just started to heal.
He's on his 3rd team after you all. How is that still a fresh
wound? Kevin.
He should have been on his first team. Period. Why is he in the NFL?
Oh my goodness. Kevin is getting therapy for this. Yeah.
Dude, I still would never forget on draft day. I'm sure if Kevin would have been if Kevin would have been a different man, he would have cussed me out. I was like, you got Mitch. Crickets. Dude, I don't even remember, Kev, what your response was, but it was something to the point of, you've got to be kidding me. It was something to that and in that fashion. He was not happy.
Were you on the phone, or were you guys together?
No, we were texting.
We were texting. And when I
saw the reason why it was crickets, because he was cussing.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'm literally sitting there and I watched it, and my first reaction was this. And I'm a Carolina guy, so normally, oh yeah, Carolina, the Chicago Bears, Mitch Trubisky. I went,
yeah.
And it was literally just for Kev. That was literally it wasn't because I thought he was going to be terrible. I was like, Kev's not going to be happy with this one.
No.
Boy, think about it. It's a draft, right? You got your choice of lobster tail. You've got filet mignon.
Oh, dang, you're going to do my boy like this, man?
You got King Alaskan crab legs. And then you got a plate of Spam.
Oh, you didn't even say fish sticks. You went to a whole different food group. You didn't even say was it Gordon's fish sticks? You didn't even go there. You just went to the worst.
And the only reason I didn't say the other thing I would say is because most people don't know what it is, but Scrapple. We got the Scrapple of the draft.
CeeLo, South meat.
And if you don't know what Scrapple is this wonderful delicacy that I've only had on the East Coast, but I'm assuming you can get it anywhere. That is essentially the scraps
of the pig.
Hence the word.
From the rooter to the tutor, as my mom used to say.
And everything in between. Whatever they can scrape up and scrap up off the floor.
And it's in this little rectangle jellified.
Yeah.
I'm looking at pictures.
Oh, but that's what we drafted.
It's literally in a loaf.
Oh no, it's in a loaf, and some of it's transparent. Yes, it is.
I got the nerve to have this stuff for breakfast.
Yeah, people South meat sandwiches. People do it all the time. Yeah, sea loaf. Yeah, I'm good. Scrapple. Many different names.
See, this is the reason why I stopped eating meat. This right here. This right here. I need to know. I need to know what I'm eating at this point in my life. You know.
But you know what? I tell
I,
people
I was reckless when I was young. I
Here's the
lived
funny thing.
dangerously.
Here's the funny thing, though, Darian. I tell people, I say, you won't eat that, but you'll slap down a hot dog, though. Oh, what's wrong with a hot dog? Read the ingredients. They put it there on it for you. They literally put it on the hot dog.
Tell them to YouTube it. YouTube it.
And don't get me wrong, I'll kill some bologna, but bologna's no different. Oh, this is beef bologna. Okay.
Oh my God. He said, okay.
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 I mean, seriously. So yeah,
okay.
it's yeah. Well, at least I didn't go, oh, Tay.
Right. Well, it's beef. You enjoy that, buddy.
Okay.
It's all you.
Call me when your stomach's erupting. Just call me back.
Pow pow.
Yeah, Patrick,
that's all
I'm
you,
sure
buddy.
you got some horror stories. You swear.
Yeah, see?
Oh,
exactly.
No.
Patrick's proving my point. That's why he doesn't eat hot dogs. He knows what's behind the scenes.
What book it was that I think everybody probably read it in like 8th grade. I forgot what book it was, but it was a book we had to read, Slaughterhouse or something. It was something about that dealt with like the slaughterhouses in Chicago.
Right.
And it talked about like hot dogs and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. Now, again, me being from Chicago, hot dogs are one of the things that
yes, they are.
Chicago. Yes, sir.
Chicago dog. That's right.
Chicago dogs. Yes, sir.
That's right.
So,
man,
now, I admittedly will still have like a Polish sausage, but hot dogs, because
they're made different. They're made different.
Yeah.
Right.
Now I don't know what Hebrew Nation does. I mean, I know there's supposed to be beef, kosher. I still don't know what their process is. So I mean, my thing is, if it's a hot dog, it's
scrapple.
It's suspect, as Darian said, with cheesecake when people don't like it. It's suspect.
That is suspect. Yes.
No, it's not. That is not suspect.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Darian. If you don't like that, we got
3 minutes. Are we going in? Are we going in right now?
These last three. Make a relationship decision based on somebody not liking a particular food. Seriously, God.
Anyone who does not like cheesecake,
please, whoever the woman is, please. Let her come from Darian's rib itself.
He is travailing on my behalf.
This coming from the one who's going to find himself at a Drake concert sometime soon.
Bro, Darian, Key and I have talked about this for hours. And she's like, cheesecake? I said, baby, cheesecake.
Think about it. Just think about it.
I thought about it for hours.
Just think about it.
I have.
Someone who you don't have not one style of cheesecake. Not one.
There's some people that
Cheesecake got about 400 different flavors of cheesecake. So
you can't find one.
It's not about the flavor. There's many different flavors of chicken, but some people just don't like chicken. There's many different flavors of fish. Some people don't like fish. Some people don't like beef. You can't use that argument with cheesecake.
There's not 400 flavors of chicken. There's not 400 flavors of beef.
You give me a year, I can come up with 400 different flavors of chicken.
Now, I will say, if you went to a black college, you've probably experienced all 400 recipes of chicken in the same day. I did not know that there were that many chickens on the earth until I went to a black college. Every meal had some form of chicken.
Oh my God, some form of chicken.
2 or 3.
Oh.
Don't like cheesecake? Suspect.
What?
I won't deny you agape love. Listen, I'm not going to hell.
You're not going to hell.
I'm not going to hell over.
You're not going to hell, but you're just not coming down.
We just not. Yeah, we just love from afar.
The street outside your mansion is not paved in gold. It's got like little gold flakes on it.
Yes.
We're talking cheese. We're talking a food item. A food item, regardless of cheesecake. It's a food. Seriously. Oh God. You God, you said
So it's
you're a
not.
God that would never lie.
It's not the
You
first
said if I
date.
delight myself in you, you would give me the desires of my heart. Father, Oh! Mm.
Tori went in, y'all. Tori touched the throne of heaven on my behalf. Listen,
Oh,
listen. It's not necessarily the first date, but at some point we gonna hit Cheesecake Factory, and I'm gonna ask, hey, listen, save some room, all right? Because we're here. We gotta make this happen. And if they're like, yeah, I'm not really into cheesecake. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Next.
what was that last comment? I didn't see it.
He just said, "Wow, cheesecake is a no-go."
Thank you, Patrick. Bro,
I'm gonna just play devil's advocate just because it's fun. But I
Because
mean, even if you want tiramisu, you can get tiramisu cheesecake. So whatever. Listen, I'm telling you,
Whatever.
Cheesecake Factory. You like key lime pie? Cool. They got a cheesecake.
They got a cheesecake.
There's some people that just don't like that texture. You realize that, right? They just don't like cheesecake. It ain't because they're suspect.
Cheesecake coming different.
They're the spawn of Satan. No, that is not what's happening here.
I didn't go. I didn't.
Food item.
Listen, I didn't go that extreme.
Food item. Is this the only food item that falls in this category, Darian?
Yes.
We all got a deal breaker.
He's waiting. Like, no, I know that's not it. I know that's not it,
dude. And I don't get speechless. This is exhausting.
Listen,
I'll just say this: everybody has their deal breakers. The thing that for me and Tarsha, the thing was one of the questions she'll tell you. I asked her. I think our first like real phone conversation,
right?
Which Star Trek captain was her favorite?
Okay, that's Star Trek. We're not talking about food.
But if she'd answered wrong, they'd have been on the wrong foot.
If she said Kirk, I'd have been looking at her kind of suspicious.
But
because at that time, all we had was Kirk.
You would have kicked her to the curb, Kev, if she would have said Kirk.
I'd have looked at her like,
You would have ended the relationship.
We got to know. You would have said, "We got to pray about this. We got to pray about this."
I'll talk to you tomorrow and never call her back. That's literally what Darian is saying. He's cutting off all relationship ties as far as romance. Thank
the Lord I never had to find that out. She gave the right answer. So
listen,
and bro, here we are, almost 27 years later.
We talking about dinner, bro. We're talking about cheesecake, not dinner, bro. Not breakfast, not lunch. We're talking cheesecake.
We fall down, but we get up.
No, they can't even fall down. You probably wouldn't even help them up, Darian. They fall down from cheesecake. You ain't helping them up. Stay down there. You don't like cheesecake.
And again, I don't know if you heard me, but they have different textures of cheesecake too. So you don't have to get the real thick cheesecake. You can
have different textures of chicken too. They got a leg, they got a thigh, they got a breast, they got a wing.
It's not the same.
That's another thing, Patrick. Ugly feet.
Okay, that's different though.
Huh?
I'm sorry. That's different, bro. Hey, I can't. If you take off your shoes and your socks, and I don't think I see
no gang signs.
I can't do it.
They throwing up gang signs.
I can't, bro. When your toes are pinky swearing, I can't do it, bro. We're not doing that.
But that's not, you can't help that. That's not like something that you just, It's
called a podiatrist. It's called stop wearing shoes that are too small. That's what that's called.
That's not automatically that case. They could have been born that way. So you're gonna hold that against them?
Okay,
you're gonna hold that against them if
cheesecake. You said if somebody was allergic to it, I'm okay.
They're allergic to it.
If they were born that way and it was a defect, you know what? We'll work through that. That's
if
different.
They're allergic to it. That is different. They're allergic to it. They're allergic to it. I'm not going to ask you to.
They're born with jacked up feet, like they've been climbing Mount Everest barefoot for 16 years. Okay, no. But if they were born that way, that's different. I mean, we can work something out. We can go to the doctor. You know, I got good insurance, baby. Let's make this happen. Let's get the feet straight. You know.
All I know is you said feet, and it's different. And I'm looking at you like, how? Help me.
You're talking about food, bro. This is food.
They don't have to eat. They don't have to eat cheesecake like every day. They don't have to eat it every year. But if cheesecake is offered to you, and you're not like, oh, I'll take a bite, or just like, yeah, we got it. Nah, there's something up. There's something up.
So Tori, just to flip it around. So
Okay,
if raisins in the potato salad is like a must for them, is that something you're gonna tolerate and put up with?
Okay, see, now you're talking about stuff that don't belong together. Cheesecake and all these flavors, cheesecake and all these flavors go together. Raisins only go in one thing, a box. Now, you can put them in cereal, that's okay. I don't want them in a cookie because I don't want them cooked. But that's about it. No, we're talking raisins don't belong in potato salad, mac and cheese, collards. I've seen that too. They don't go in collards. Yeah, no. Raisins are meant for one thing: to put in a kid's lunchbox and have a snack. That's it. I don't want no raisin and carrot salad. That mess is nasty. I don't want that either. No. See, here's the thing. Cheesecake, it's a food item. I'm all right with that. But no, when I've got your Jurassic Park feet under my covers, no, that's not happening, bro. My sheet, I got good sheets.
Jurassic
1,000 thread count, bro. We're not shredding it, bro.
Why they got to have Raptosaurus toes? What's that?
Hey, I am not a Velociraptor handler, but that's not what we're doing.
Oh my god!
No. Sorry.
All right. Well, listen, we actually got to cut it short.
We are way past.
We're way past time.
That's Darius' fault. The good sheets. Exactly. If I see them feet in my bed, bro, I'm changing sheets, bro. Where the blankets at? Nah, Here's the couch.
They shuffle their feet and all you hear is
coming straight off the bed, bro. Somebody
Kevin, cut us off.
got scissors in the room. What? Yeah, nah, bro.
Kevin, shut it down, man. We're gonna be another 10 minutes.
We're gonna end it because listen, I want a good cheesecake now. I'm like, I'm looking,
Sounds really good, doesn't it?
It does sound wonderful right now. All right. But listen, that's it for this one. We got to go. We're over our time. We'll see y'all next time. Have a great one.
Jesus, let it happen. Let it happen.